necessarily help them this year. And if you're Dak Prescott, what's the rush? You see where the quarterback market is going. It only makes sense for you to wait. But why I say it makes sense for the Dallas Cowboys is because we are going to get to a point in the quarterback market where there's going to be an organization that doesn't deem it worth it to extend the guy that they currently have, especially if the quarterback doesn't have any remaining years on his contract. So to me, the window for the Dallas Cowboys to extend Dak Prescott ended at the end of the 2023 offseason. Like, the fact that they didn't get a contract done last year, I think they are pot committed to going down this road.
Pot committed.
Seeing what Dak Prescott can do in 2024 before they address his contract, if they address his contract.
So you're saying the Cowboys are handling it correctly because they didn't handle it correctly?
Yeah. I mean, we can go all the way back to the 2018 what was that? The 2018 offseason, 2019 offseason, where they decided they were going to pay Ezekiel Elliott before they paid the quarterback.
Right.
Dak was on a rookie deal. He was a fourth-round pick, 4-year contract. They should have extended him the first minute they got because he was a 3-year starter at that point. They knew he was the future at that position. If you extend him then you could take advantage of the remaining years on that rookie contract, similar to what the Jacksonville Jaguars are doing in this circumstance, instead of going down the road of having a franchise tag him multiple times and then giving him the bag with a full no trade and a no tag clause.
Okay.
I want to make sure
it's a lot of
I want to make sure I'm understanding this right.
Yeah.
So you're looking at this situation. So if we're using Trevor Lawrence as, hey, that's smart. Extend a guy with 2 years left on his rookie deal in order to get the low number deals before you get the high number, and the high number won't even be as high by the time we get there.
You'll never get to that point.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You'll never get to that point.
And so what you're saying is if the Jaguars are the model to do this right, the Cowboys have already done it wrong. So right now, the worst thing you could do is extend him because then you never have the low years, in essence. So basically you're saying you have to let him walk after this season because you have to reset your quarterback finance?
Is that what it is? Is that what he's saying?
You either let him walk or you're going to be non-competitive because he's going to take up so much of your cap.
Okay.
So remember, there is no extension to be had here.
Right, it's a new deal.
It's a new deal.
Right.
So
it's a
you're
new
going to
deal.
be paying him what? $60 million a year on a 4 or 5 year contract? Your team is going to be non-competitive.
But are you competitive if he walks?
If you can reallocate those assets to other positions and have a quarterback at a below market deal that can be competent, just average, there's an argument to be made.
I know you don't love Russell Wilson, but you're basically saying the Russell Wilson deal.
Yeah, there's an argument to be made. Like, I mean, think about it. Like, what's CeeDee Lamb's contract going to look like? $34 million a year, 30 somewhere around there?
See, but I wouldn't do that.
No, just listen to me. Listen to me. Let's play out the hypothetical.
Let's play out the hypothetical.
Going to get $34 million, $34 million a year. Michael Parsons wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. That's $36 million a year. That's $70 million. Like, I mean, Dak Prescott's contract is going to be $60 million. So for $10 million more, I can get top of the market CeeDee Lamb and top of the market Michael Parsons, and then I'll figure out the quarterback position.
I'll figure out the quarterback situation. That's it.
Quarterback spot. Is Dak Prescott worth 2 all-pro players that might be in consideration for the best at their position in the NFL? I don't know if Dak Prescott changes the math that much to justify the price tag.
Changes the math.
I think the Dallas Cowboys are absolutely playing this perfect. I get it. The quarterback position is the most important position in all of team sports. But I do think there is a threshold where
there's a threshold.
You look at it and you say, this guy may not be worth this amount of money when it comes to the conversation of having the return on investment and having their production translate to.
I'm sorry, Chris, you're an idiot.
Ask the question again. You said, or let me make sure we have it right. Is Dak Prescott worth 2 top-of-the-market players at other positions?
Yes.
My answer is yes. If you said to me right now,
pass rusher but here's the other thing. Yeah. It's not just top of the market players at other positions. It's 2 of the top 5 most important positions when it comes to winning in the NFL. It's pass catcher.
I'm sorry. You're an idiot.
I would take, if you said to me right now, I can only either have Dak Prescott or Micah and CeeDee Lamb, I would take Dak Prescott. I think
Mark, look at my football.
Well, I didn't today. Actually, I've never done that. I've never even done any of that stuff, actually.
What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So we're already open for business here, and the football guys have been awake all day. And I'm happy because I'm doing a live stream here from the Red Brick House. Excuse me. See, look at this. See? Oh my God, I've been at the Red Brick House so much. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Here at Joe Boo's Man Cave, man, I'm just messing up. But I see Miss Hot Sauce in the house. What's up, Lola? I got Tammy is in the house. Welcome back, Tammy. Haven't seen you in a while. We got Lady Libra in the house. What's up, Lady Libra? How are you doing? That's right, y'all run this mother. And Roland's Review, Stacy Schubert, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I know Joanne Gonzalez is here. What's up, JoJo? Shout out to Joanne Gonzalez and all that, all the lovely ladies. And Chris May was the first one here. And he ended up doing a super chat. And I've got to say, I've been away for so long that tonight is going to be special for a couple of reasons here, because I've got, oh my goodness, I got Michael Anthony Fitness Reaction Gig Economy. Valerie Scott, what's up, Valerie? How are you doing? Definitely a long time since I've seen Valerie. Hope everything's been going good for you, girlfriend. I got Michael here. Thank you, Gina, for letting Michael be here with us tonight.
No. Thank my vehicle.
Well, your vehicle. Well, okay, all right, which is now fixed. Thank God. Shout out to my buddy over at the gas station there that we can trust.
More money making opportunities.
There you go. More money making opportunities. We do have a bit of a problem here because next weekend is the autograph signing CSA show.
There's only 4 Dallas Cowboys players.
We got Jay Novacek, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, and
Charles Haley.
Now, here's what's kind of crazy.
My question is, how come the newer players aren't coming?
They usually come to the first one. So you remember we had CD and Micah.
Oh, that's
came.
right.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, because you went to the first one.
I went. Yeah. Sight and Tropes. Shout out to Sight and Tropes. Kenty is rating seeking low life. Dak made CD Lamb. Well, I'm going to get to Chris Canty here in just a second. But what I realized, because I always go to the autograph signing shows because, I got the football gods up here, okay? When I look up here and I see Randy White and Ed Too Tall Jones and, all of the greats and things up there, up here, they're getting old. If Larry Allen passing at 52 doesn't let you know, you don't know how much time you have. I always go, not that I need the autographs, because I have tons of autographs. I've met them before, but I do this out of respect for the players. And majority of the time, they all get given away. There's Game Time, Brian. Shout out to Game Time. And so I was like, okay, so Mike, we got to do some plaques for, Michael Irvin and Jay Novacek and things. I'm sorry, Emmitt Smith, bro. I love you. But I ain't got that kind of cheddar.
But Zeke Elliott's the same price too. Or Zeke Elliott
Zeke might come down if he comes back around again.
Zeke Elliott hasn't busted a great.
So here's what we realized. We got a couple of things. Behind Michael, you see the Juggernaut shirt. The Juggernaut for Cooper Beebe. Okay.
Oh, we don't have the plaque either. It's in the garage.
What plaque?
Remember, made a plaque of this.
Oh, did you? Okay. But I have a bunch of these that we're going to start giving away. These are autographed. That's okay. All right, there we go. I shouldn't have tried to stand them up. That one is Ed Too Tall Jones.
Yeah, I did them right that time.
Dang. All right, now I'm just damaging them.
I did the other ones right, so there's place for them to sign.
Tony Dorsett. Trayvon Diggs before he hurt his leg. And these also, too, have the Emmitt Smith Pro Viva to let you know they're authentic. Logos on there. Randy White. I know. I dropped. Sorry, Charles. I dropped you like you dropped a quarterback.
He might drop you.
Not anymore. He ain't his dropping days are over. Randy White. Damn, I got 2 Randy Whites that are autographed. Shit.
We probably got him at 2 separate times.
The original 88, which actually wasn't the original because there was an 88 before him.
It was a kicker. It was
it was a kicker.
Kicker that got
And of course, Charles Haley. So I'm going to start giving these things away because I've got a lot of these sitting here in the shop. I mean, down here in the man cave. And I want you guys to have some of our artwork and things here.
Yeah,
okay.
Samples.
All right. Mouse says 30 million for Dak. So let me see if I got Chris Kenty's whole thing here, because he's always talking about Dak Prescott getting the bag. Dak Prescott getting the bag. Okay. I think he's jealous that Dak Prescott's getting paid.
Well, I mean, it's not his fault.
Ward family in the house. Shout out to, I think of Ward family every time the train goes by down in Waynesboro. Twiz Digger, what's up, Twiz? Twiz, you know, as much as I was pissed that you got me, that you got Dan over there saying, who the hell is Mark Holmes? And all that stuff, but I actually have to say thank you, man, because you know, I might be on Radio Row at the Super Bowl. I might actually be on Radio Row. James Snyder, shout out to James Snyder for being a member for 30 months. So here's his philosophy. So Chris Kenty says, because the Cowboys let his contract run out, that they can't hide any of the money, and it's going to be $60 million a year. Well, yeah, you know what? It's funny.
And whose fault is that?
Teresa Jacobs, shout out with another super chat. You writing that one down?
Whose fault is that Dak Prescott got overpaid?
Well, no, hold up. See, you know, sometimes I wonder about the guys that are supposedly the experts, okay? Now, Chris Kenty is literally saying that if the Cowboys pay Dak Prescott, he's going to have $60 million a year cap hit.
What?
Because they ended up messing, you know, not having any room to go ahead. No years left on it to hide it.
But can't they just push the money down or put triggers on it?
It's like, hold up. It's like, Chris, you're not a YouTuber, okay? See, we're in our mama's basement. Okay, we're not credible, so we don't know shit, so to speak. But I do know when Dak Prescott, literally, this is deja vu, he got $40 million a year because he was franchise tagged, which means you are no longer under contract. There was no money to hide, right? But the reason we're in the $55 million hit this year is because the first year of that $40 million was $17 million hit. The next year was $19 million. The third year was $26. And even with the $55 million this year, you still only average $30 million a year cap hit. Doesn't he know this, Mike? Right? Does he not know how to do math? So, yes, $65 million. And here's the thing that's really not even taken into consideration. If you don't re-sign Dak Prescott, there's the $40 million that you have, and you have the 4 void years, which becomes now, bam, you got to pay that shit. You could go through, and we have 4 voided contract dead hits next year, by the way. 4. If Zach Martin ends up not playing, he's 26, mind you.
He better be playing.
26.
He better be playing for another
D-Law
year.
is 8, and I think Brandon Cooks is like 6.
Well, 2 of the 3 guys are going to probably play.
Maybe. We'll see. If you go ahead and get an extension, and see, this is where Chris Kenty doesn't seem to understand. Listen, Cowboys can go through and say, well, as he put it, because here's where he can't seem to put it together. He says, well, the Cowboys, you know, they're going to take that hit, and they probably won't need to spend any more money this year. So if you're not going to spend any more money this year, why not get that 55 out the way? And then when you start the new contract, you can start there fresh without having that 90 million that you're dealing with. Isn't that? I mean, I don't know what the Jones are doing because I don't think the Joneses know what they're doing.
You know what the Jones are doing? They love
Karen in the house. What's up, Karen?
No. Jones love to overpay. That's what it's like.
Now I want to. Yeah, they love to overpay.
They do.
But here's the thing. You know what? That I know I saw Philly D in the house. Glimmerman, what's up? James Snyder. Your Facebook stopped turning, Mark? My Facebook stopped turning? What do you mean stop turning? Oh, okay. I guess, is it not streaming to it? Sometimes Facebook gets weird because they'll go through and they'll copy. No, it says at least it says it's streaming to it.
Hey, it might have been.
Sugar Daddy in the house. Curtis in the house. Mike Aldana in the house. Glimmerman in the house. Shout out. So they can sign him. Now here's the thing that's kind of crazy. So if that gets 60 and you pay Trevor Lawrence 55, that's going to preclude the Cowboys from being able to field a team, but not the Jaguars? That's 55, you're okay. Am I getting that correct? Now, here's where it's crazy, too. And, Mike, how have you been doing, man? Because, it's been a long time since you've been on here with everybody. Just give everybody a shout out. Let them know what's going on in Michael Anthony world. Nothing? Okay. I'm going to pull up something really interesting here. Because, we end up talking about, and maybe I've been wrong, because this is going to blow your mind. Sport track. This is going to blow your mind. Tammy, 28 months. If Dak walks,
over 2
why
years.
would you have brought back Zeke? The only thing I could say would be,
still pay. How much are paying Zeke this year? You still owe him money too.
Yeah, that's another dead money.
So he's getting dead money and some money on top of that. So he could have sat out this year and still got paid.
Oh, there it is, Sports Track. There we go. Okay, let's check this out here. I want to show something that's kind of blew me away because I saw this on Twitter when somebody pulled it up, and I was like, no, this can't be true. Cap tracker. Okay.
What does 30 have to do with anything?
Okay, all right. So let me show you guys something really kind of cool here. Let me flip the camera here. All right, so right now, we all have been praising the Eagles, and the Eagles have been pounding their chest. Yeah, we got everybody signed and all.
But didn't you say something interesting about the Eagles next 5 years?
Well, let's look at this for a second because this is where I got to go back at Leo. Daniel, shoots. Kenty can't get it right. Can't wait for the season to start. Shout out to, that's some serious. Shout out to Daniel. Yeah, we definitely got to get the Browns going today. Okay, so
we're gonna beat those Browns
as we sit here today, the Eagles who've signed everybody, including Saquon and all that, right? They sit here with $24 million. If you go way, 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 way down here, you got the Dallas Cowboys with only 10, right? Right? So we got 10. So the Eagles are saying, hey, you're broke ass.
I ain't broke.
But watch what happens
ain't broke.
in 25. Now, the Cowboys in 25 have 67, right? 67. And then the Eagles start going downhill. Uh-oh. I hope we're not ready to have a hit here. The Eagles have 10 million next year. That's what they got in the cap room. We got 65. Now, we do have to pay Dak and CD and Micah Parsons and stuff. But as I pointed out, Dak Prescott's $40 million that if you get his deal done, basically you can make that a wash and not really spend any more money because you're extending his contract. And that's where Chris Canty's wrong because he's like, you don't have any room that you can do anything. You got those voidable years. Also, too, if you do CeeDee Lamb's, and let's say it's like Justin Jefferson because they came in the league at the same time, Justin Jefferson's hits only 8.9 this year and 15 next year. So if you look at that, you're basically going to end up paying $6 million of that money next year for CeeDee Lamb. So that still leaves you with about, $58 million to get Micah Parsons done. But here's where it starts to really get interesting. Let's go to 2026, shall we? You see the Pittsburgh Steelers up there will have 105. New England will have 140. The Cowboys will have 118. But take a look down here with the Eagles. The Eagles in 2026 only have 50. Let's go another year. Okay? We're talking about way out here. In 27, they're at the bottom. They're at the bottom with cap room. They literally, out that far, have $242 million tied up, the worst in the NFL. Let's go to 2028. Look at this. While teams out here literally have nobody signed, Seattle, the Bears and all that, they literally have all of the cap space, everything. The Rams, the Cowboys, we are way up there with only $41 million spent there, right?
Bay.
Look at the Eagles down here. $200 million. $200 million they already have on the cap in 2028. In 2028, they have $212 million. And if we go to the team itself,
that's a brand.
Let's look at the hits that they'll have. Jalen Hurts will still be a $47 million cap hit at 30, okay? 30. That's when they finally can let him go. You got Dickerson, it'll be $38 million. You got A.J. Brown at 31, it'll be $27. You see all these old guys? Lane Johnson literally will be $38. You see all of these guys that they're going to owe money, including Big Play Slay, with all the voidable contracts and all these off-color ones you see are voidable contracts of money that's going to be due.
Dallas Goedert, 5.
That is the ticking time bomb for the Eagles down the road.
Dallas Goedert.
So by 2027, they're in deep shit.
That's okay.
They can, and if Jalen Hurts is not good, check out which article.
He's gonna still get paid.
He's got paid.
Say Saquon Barkley. Same thing. Saquon Barkley got paid. His guarantee is really good. If he gets hurt day one.
I'm gonna definitely check that one out.
Don't wish that on nobody.
I'll check that article out there. Game time. It's kind of, I don't want to check it out while I'm sitting here working on this. So this is the Eagles' philosophy. The Cowboys now are for once trying to pay as they go. So if you take the $55 million hit this year on Dak, you get that out the way, then you can start through and make it more team-friendly and so on. Now, here's the thing what Chris Kenty said. You're better off having CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons and let Dak go, and you can just figure out the quarterback situation. Because he literally said, because you're going to have two players that are the top of the NFL. But let's say
he's not ready to start.
Well, I don't think Trey is.
He looks better, but he's not ready to start.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that.
I'm not sure if he'll be good enough to win one game.
Well, here's where it gets to be kind of dicey. Let's say the Raiders, okay? Because the Raiders had Derek Carr. Now think about what they had going with Derek Carr. Darren Waller, who just retired, who was one of the better tight ends. Josh Jacobs, who was one of the better running backs. They had Devontae Adams. They went out and got Devontae Adams, arguably one of the best, and at the time was the best wide receiver in football. Right? And they had Derek Carr throwing the football to him. And what did they do? Nothing. And so this whole idea of, you can just get a bottom tier quarterback. Now that Trevor Lawrence, who Sports-Track had as his market value was $45 million. No, I'm sorry, $46 million. He got $55 million. And this guy is number 2 in turnovers since he got into the league. And if you're saying, Dak Prescott doesn't deserve to get paid because he hasn't had playoff success, Trevor Lawrence is 1-1, and they turned over the ball 4 times in the fourth quarter. It just so happens that Justin Herbert sucks ass too and lost the game, and they won that one. You can look at his career and say, you were number 1, supposed to be generational talent. You are not living up to being that guy, where you can put the team on your back and win. Year. I'm sitting here looking at
one good year.
Right. They were literally in a position to be the number 1 seed, and they played like ass going down the stretch. And mind you, he had 21 TDs and 14 interceptions.
Whoa!
Damn! Blow that mother humper up. Ooh, we'll get to the Eagles here in a second. So, wait a minute. You're telling me that a guy who had 20 TDs and 14 interceptions last year is worth $55 million and that Dak Prescott should walk? Come on, people. Come on, people. You know that's some bullshit. Shout out to Ward family. Ward family, when you come into the Red Brick House, you'll feel at home because you'll hear and feel the train as it goes by. You will definitely feel that. Dak is a damn good quarterback. And so this idea of just get an average quarterback. Sam Howell? That's an average quarterback because everybody's getting like 40. Daniel Jones is getting 40. So are we saying let's go get Daniel Jones and not pay Dak Prescott? Are you literally telling me that that's a better value? Hey, man. And you know what? I'm going to give Mike, we can give this example right now.
Their Thursday quarterback played better.
So yesterday was a hard day because shout out to Derek.
Oh yeah,
Derek J. We're going to do a drawing here at the bottom of the hour since we've gotten so many super chats already. We'll give away the Juggernaut shirt and then we'll give away one of the autograph plaques. We ought to give away one of the ones that we're going to get. We actually ought to give away Charles.
Yeah, because we
can get some more of those.
Yeah, get the pictures together to do this week.
Yesterday was kind of hard because Rashid used to be right there. Yeah. Okay, and it was just Thanksgiving that he passed.
Yeah, right before.
We've had his 2 knee scooters. I don't know if you know what a knee scooter is, but it's a scooter so you just put your knee on it and you can keep up off your foot. And one of them was in Michael's room, the other one was in the workshop. And I got back and I said, I need to clean up the workshop and stuff. So I said, we need to get rid of these things. And so we gave them away. Ward family, I will be there early in the season for sure. All right, that'll work. Shout out to Ward family. No, sorry, Ward family, hit the wrong button. And so me and Michael get in the truck. And we're trying to figure out where this place is. And we leave. And my wife calls and says, there's smoke coming from the garage. She said, it smells funny. And so I turned around and I'm like, well, what's smoking? She's like, I don't know. She said, it's cloudy and smoky. And she said, it's got a terrible smell to it and everything else. I get back because before we left, it's gotten hot. So I turned on the air conditioner and turned on my compressor to blow out the fan because it gets sawdust and it's in the workshop. But I wanted it to cool down no, this is not the Red Brick House. The Red Brick House will be fine because it's got all the brick. And we get back in there, and what I find out is it's the compressor. Now this is what's crazy is I don't think I've had this compressor. I bought it from Home Depot. It's a Husky brand. It's like a floor compressor.
That's your first problem.
Well, exactly. It was $2.99. I'm like, okay, it's just a compressor. But I always buy like my DeWalt tools because they all work together, and I love my DeWalt tools and things. Some of the DeWalt tools, like my laser level, I think I bought like 2002, and it still works. Yeah, I still use it.
You got the adapter for it.
Some of those drills are like 15, 16. Those are like the old batteries and stuff on them. And they're still working. So instead of buying a good compressor, I went cheap. And so this compressor, because I was trying to figure out what's smoking, I turned it on, and you can see the motor in this thing is just burning. And so the lesson here is, the reason I tell you this is when you go cheap, you might just burn the house down. You literally might burn the house down. And that's why you get what you pay for. Den Boys Kicks. Are you the real Den Boys Kicks? Because sometimes I get the troll in here that'll say, oh, where's my wrench?
No.
So, Den Boys Kicks, if it's you, text me and I'll put it back up there. Text me and say it's me because I know you got my number. Okay. Anyway, that's the point here. If you say, you know what, we can't pay Dak Prescott, you can go get Derek Carr. You can go get Derek Carr. We heard that Andy Dalton, there's no drop-off. Andy Dalton and Dak Prescott, their first 4 years, they're the same guy, right? Good luck with that. Because the last I checked, the Sam Howells, the Derek Carrs, the Andy Daltons, they're not winning Super Bowls. They're not. The Daniel Joneses, they're not winning games. The first thing you have to have is an elite quarterback. And I can put in here, you got Lamar Jackson. He ain't winning Super Bowls. You got Justin Herbert. He ain't winning Super Bowls.
They choked in the championship.
And you got Trevor Lawrence. And these are guys that are getting paid. Larry Woods, shout out to Larry Woods becoming a tailgate member. Larry, make sure you email. Oh, and mind you, also too, everybody who is a channel member, there is a post, not a subscriber, a channel member. See, if you've got like a 4 or a Super Bowl trophy or a Joe Boo star and all that stuff besides your name, that means you are one of the paid members. Okay, so what you do,
or they have the new thing now when you comment. It says channel member.
Yeah, there you go. On the community tab, there's a link in there for channel members. We're going to be doing some new stuff. Shout out to Tracy because she's building a new website and everything else. Karen Dugan, so ready for the season. Shout out. Y'all going crazy tonight. She's basically has a new thing to help register. We're getting ready to order. In fact, I need to do that now. Is get the Cowboys Mafia shot glasses. And if you're a tailgate member, you automatically get those. And we're going to be doing some other giveaways as well. And we need a picture of you because Tracy has got this whole website where you can make you into like whatever, but you're all Cowboys, okay?
The AI stuff.
With the AI. So literally we are Cowboys Mafia and we're going to make a whole thing with all the channel members. So shout out to you. So that's the point of saying, just go cheap on the quarterback. It's no problem. Because, Washington's been kind of going cheap on the quarterback. And how's that working out for
Washington has just drafted a quarterback.
And for those out there who say, just sign another quarterback, look at Denver that went out and got Russell Wilson. They're paying buku money for Russell Wilson not to be there. Although, here's the new rumor. The Cowboys could sign Super Bowl winning quarterback. That's one of the ones you're getting. That could Russell Wilson end up in Dallas?
I don't want him. Not even for $1 million, I would want him.
No.
And then he's getting the veteran minimum to be
in Pittsburgh. And if he does play good, Pittsburgh's going to say, okay, well, let's go ahead and sign him.
I mean, he got a good deal.
If he doesn't play good, then that's 3 years of him playing like ass. Why do I want him?
I mean, they still have a good deal because they're only paying the veteran minimum to have him on the roster.
Mouse? Okay, so Mouse. I hear what you're saying, but starting over, there's no guarantees. I twist people's words. Okay, so let's say, let's look at the draft that Trevor Lawrence. Okay, so let me ask this. Okay, the article states that the Cowboys are trying to get Dax done first, and then Micah and CD, and then Micah, which makes sense because Micah, you got 2 years. I mean, that's and this is where speculation.
I mean, both of you could put on the 5th year option.
Well,
you could.
CD's on his 5th year option, and you could franchise tag him the following year.
Micah Parsons, you could do the same thing.
Right, Micah, you got him.
Franchise tag him.
He may not want to be here, he may want to get paid, but you've got control over him. Dak, you got no control over. That's the problem. You got no control over. And if I'm Dak, I'm sorry. As much as y'all may hate Dak, the numbers Dak has put up, the numbers that Dak has put up in his career are phenomenal. I know the Cowboys aren't winning Super Bowls right now, but they ain't been doing that for 30 years. And here's the thing. If, it would be different if after Dak's 3rd year when he got $680,000, that the Cowboys went to him and said, you know what, we're going to make you, a regular NFL quarterback, where he literally was making less money than the backup quarterback. The article just dropped from Bleacher Report. So you're saying it's breaking news there? Okay. All right. So shout out to Game Time Brian.
So, which is no surprise if
I got to go back and find the link for it.
I thought you clicked on it somewhere.
I did, but I think I did.
Or is it?
Or is that right? Oh, it's right there.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, so Game Time Brian is having, is going crazy on this article. So let's go through to the article.
Dak Prescott gonna get paid.
The Dallas Cowboys will reportedly polarize. Or they're going to make it urgent. Damn it. Can't read tonight. Reaching a contract extension with Dak Prescott before linebacker Micah Parsons and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. Jeremy Fowler said on Sports Center Friday. We got Dak Prescott. The Cowboys have a world of problems here financially with 3 players. They have to sign Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb as well. But the feeling around the league and sources I've talked to is that they want to start with Dak, Fowler said. They put it on the table with Dak's people that, hey, look, you are a priority. I got it that time. We want to try and get something done as far as hard dollars. Not a lot of progress yet. I would describe their efforts so far as passive. Prescott, 30, will be entering the final year of his 4-year, $160 million contract in 2024 and will be a free agent next offseason if the Cowboys do not give him an extension before then. Dallas exercised Parsons' $21.3 million option on his contract, keeping him around for 24 and 25 seasons. The Cowboys did the same for Lamb in 23, and he'll be a free agent after this year. Dallas has a little more breathing room when it comes to Parsons, as he won't be a free agent until 26, but still makes it for a tacky task of signing all 3. Prescott makes sense given his success in his 8 NFL seasons. He has the third most passing yards in the NFL with 4,516, led the league in passing TDs with 36, and made a strong case for MVP. At just 30 years old, Prescott has plenty of good years left, and the Cowboys will look to capitalize. So, there you have it. Thank you, Game Time Brian. Thank you very much for that. Dak is a very good quarterback. I would say Dallas gives him every chance, but came up small when it matters. You know what, Philly D? You freaking Eagle fans with your arrogance. I'm sorry. I'm Philly D. Unfortunately, you're the one in my sights right now. Okay? Hey, Taz. Taz, are you new here? Hey, Taz, how about you kiss my ass? Bye. Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
FJ, get your ass out of here. Come on back as Mark Holmes. Go ahead. Freaking troll. Daniel. Okay. Oh, well, shit. Okay, I tell you what, Mike. Mike. Daniel, shout out. Write Daniel's name on there. Shout out to Daniel becoming a channel member as well. And then we're going to go ahead and do the drawing real quick because I said at the bottom of the hour, it's beyond the bottom of the hour. I'm sick and tired of jackasses. You know that? You freaking trolls. Taz, well, Brian Green, breaking news. Well, it just dropped while I was on here live. Shout out to Game Time Brian, who's putting in the work and busting ass along with being a mailman and bringing you the news. I'm excited and I'm happy because, like I always say, without you, it doesn't work. And there is nobody out there that gets this shit right without others. Do you think that Adam Schefter is at all 32 of the NFL teams there waiting for news to break? No. Somebody is sending him a text message and saying, hey, Adam, here you go. Here's the news. Do you realize that the majority of the sports writers and things don't go to any of the team's headquarters, their training camps, or anything like that? Do you think Pat actually does. He does Wrestling Mania, and he does go on College Game Day. But do you actually think that all of these people are there in the facilities every single day? They're not. What they have is, like Mike Fisher will point out, we have 50 people that are here bringing you the news because nobody can be everywhere at once. And right now we're going to go ahead and we're going to give away a Juggernaut shirt to start out with, and then we're going to give away Charles Haley, kind of like San Francisco. Okay. All right, who's our winner here? Looks like you're in pain there when you push back from the chair. Teresa Jacobs. Teresa, email me, cowboysmark94@gmail. You're our first winner of the night. Teresa Jacobs. Is she in the house? Okay. All right. Teresa Jacobs, you are our winner, chicken dinner. All right. So back to this whole Dak Prescott. Oh, I'm sorry. Philly 500. I'm sorry. Philly 500. Philly D, because all you guys are the same way. So freaking arrogant. You do realize that when you look at the Cowboys and you look at the Eagles, you can both look at them and say, their coach is on the hot seat. Your coach is a freaking idiot. I don't want, you know he is. They're questioning. His quarterback threw him under the bus and basically said, I don't know what his job is.
Say what?
Okay. And now you got an offensive coordinator who's changing 95% of the shit on the offense. What? They threw him because they took all the everything from him. He is basically just there. He's just there, kissing ass for the owner, okay? The reason they said they hired him was because he literally said, I'll do anything you want me to do. I'll do anything. Because your owner's son and his damn analytics are always messing with the coaching staff. You know, right? This isn't my words. Hell, one of your guys there, Dan Saleo, literally has Dak Prescott as the 5th rated quarterback. You know where he has Jalen Hurts? 15. And now you got Kellen Moore, who's going to try and make him a pocket quarterback. And with the combination routes. And we're talking about a guy, mind you, this is what's so funny to me about you freaking Eagle fans, okay? You sit there and you talk about Dak Prescott. He's trash. He's a garbage ass quarterback. Yo, bro. You know, last year, the most touchdown passes by your quarterback were the most in his career, 23. 23. With what? 15 interceptions? You know what's crazy about that? He played the whole season. The year before, my quarterback missed 5 games with a broken thumb and came back early. And you know how many touchdown passes he had in 12 games? Mike? 23 and 15 interceptions. And literally, here it is, your flagship guy, Philly 500. Oh my God, you expect to get 30 TD passes from Jalen Hurts. 30? That's it? Dak's had 37, 36 to 30. Oh, you act like that's some big news there, bro.
I mean, Winston had 30.
I mean, seriously. Hell, Jameis, right. Jameis Winston had 31 year, 30 and 30 interceptions.
Exactly. So it's not.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, count the running ones. Well, guess what? Okay. And Dak Prescott had a couple of running touchdowns too. So Dak Prescott still. And here's here's what's funny. Mouse.
It's not hard to get 30.
Wiki, mouse. Who the hell's a mouse? What kind of name is mouse? What is this shit? Why not be a lion or at least an eagle? You know, mice get eaten by eagles, right? Mouse? Why would somebody call themselves a mouse? I don't understand that. Do you understand that one? Who the hell is mouse? That tush push. So you're counting those as like rush. See, now I'm gonna say when I see Lamar Jackson run for a touchdown, I'm gonna say, okay, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, because like
I don't know that I put that in the same category as the tush push.
Tush push automatic.
Don't see. Here's the difference here.
Tush push automatic.
The tush push, it's automatic because of the offensive line. Jalen Hurts is just literally just stepping forward, because his offensive line is pushing through there because he had one of the best, and I'm giving you credit, one of the best centers in football who literally says, F my life, because he knows this is how I'm going to get CTE, okay? I don't know that makes you great because with all those touchdowns, I mean, you still went downhill. Angel, what's up, Angel? Another one. Okay. Stop crying, baby. But here's the thing. You know what? Yes, congratulations. You went to the Super Bowl and you choked again.
Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know beating Daniel Jones in the playoffs counts as a win. I don't know that. I really don't know that counts. But okay, you beat the 49ers. I'll give you that.
That's because their quarterback was injured.
Well, that's true. That's right. Yeah, you did injure. Yeah, he did.
He was injured against us.
But be that as it may, you guys were supposed to be in the Super Bowl last year. You guys went out and got guys. It's like the best safety, Kevin Byard. You know, you brought that guy in. You guys had that A+ draft, you know, where you got, you know, all those all-world defenders, you know, where Philly 500 said, you're not going to be able to run against this front. And with big play Slay and Bradbury and everything else, they're going to shut you down. 31st ranked secondary. 31st. And you guys were 10-1 and shut up. I'm sorry, I need some water. I'm choking. I'm choking. Choking like the Eagles. And you lost to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay. 49er fan, look, bro, don't get me started on you guys, too. I'm getting double teamed just like I feel like I'm on the Dan Saleo show. Philly 500, Dan Saleo, both tag teaming. So I got Eagle fans, now 49er fans. You know what, 49er fan, bro, you guys should have won the Super Bowl. You should have won the Super Bowl if your coach had known about the overtime rules. And I can't be mad at you because you guys do what I wish my team would do a little bit of, which is go out. How can we choke when everybody says the Cowboys don't do anything to win? See, choking by definition. Let me look it up. Let's explain this. Let's look for the definition of choking, shall we? Let's find it. You choked meaning. If you choked and somebody chokes you, you stop breathing because something is blocking your throat. Okay, that's not the right one. Let's see if we can find it. Choke in sports is a failure of a person or persons to act or behave as anticipated or inspected that can occur in a game or a tournament. As expected. Okay, so let's go back to this for a second here. This means you did not perform as expected. Last year, this time, were people expecting the Cowboys to be in the Super Bowl? Did we look and say the Cowboys and all of their free agent moves last year, they are supposed to be a Super Bowl favorite? No. They looked and they said the Eagles, having been in the Super Bowl and being a fumble away from winning, with the moves that they made, are a Super Bowl favorite. They also said San Francisco is a Super Bowl favorite. Now, you can't say that San Francisco, well, actually you can. You can say they choked in the Super Bowl because they kind of screwed up in overtimes. But you really have to look at the Eagles and say, being 10-1 and looking like they were going to be the number one seed and just roll right through the playoffs and be in the Super Bowl, to then lose to Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield, that's a choke. The Dallas Cowboys, who did absolutely positively nothing, got nothing out of their rookie drafted class. Let's be clear here. Overshown was hurt before the season started. Schoonmaker, was basically damaged goods from the time we drafted him and never got better and on the field. And Mozzie, y'all say is a bust. So how is it we were expected to be a winner and win the Super Bowl when that's what happened to us? It's not what happened with the Eagles. Guys, hate to tell you, you choked more than we did. You did, Eagle fans. And this arrogance of coming in here, you've got as many questions, if not more, than we do. You'll probably end up having 2 rookie cornerbacks that are going to have to play. Yes, we have a question with Diggs coming back from an ACL injury. I'll give you that one. But I'll take him coming back from an ACL than a rookie at cornerback. I will. And I have to say, you got a whole lot of questions on your linebacking core on that defense, having a new system. And I will dare say the players that you've lost over the last couple of years on the defensive front. I got it. You got Jalen Carter and you got Jordan Davis and everything like that. But, you've lost some real studs on that defense. I'm going to say that your defense that pass coverage-wise was 31st. There's a lot of questions there. And for your offense that literally tanked, and your quarterback who only had 23 TD passes with 15 interceptions, having a new offensive coordinator who is Kellen Moore, puts out a lot of questions. And having a coach who's a freaking idiot who wants to dance and put shit in people's face, and then when he's getting his ass handed to him, won't say shit because he's a punk ass, that you don't have it all going on. And you got no room to sit here and come to the Cowboys and say, you suck. Because I'm telling you right now, you're going to be 8-9. 8-9. There you go. Stop twisting your tail. Hey, Mouse. Are you new here too, Mouse? Hey, buddy. Hey, you know what? Mouse, in case you didn't check the name on the door, this is my channel. This is my channel. And I can say what the hell I want to. And like my main man.
Ooh. Is that new?
What?
Now you can put timers on?
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh.
I'm going to pull a Charles Haley on your ass. You know what? I'm going to start doing this. There you go. Sit your ass down, man.
Now you can put some more time out for 24 hours.
Sit your ass down, Mouse.
Oh, now you can do 24 hours.
Sit your ass down, man. Sit your ass down. How about that? Yes, I did that. And Taz, a.k.a. FJ, yeah, I deleted your ass. I deleted. That's right. Come at me.
Wait, 24 hours wasn't enough?
Shit. You must forget to, but yes. Okay, so here you get. So, night 3. Yes, you got Saquon Barkley. Saquon, who starts the season off really good, that first game is like, oh my God, Saquon, man, he is the bomb. But by the end of the year, kind of like last year, he averaged like 2.3 yards a carry.
He was playing hurt, though.
You mean he gets hurt? Oh, I forgot about that. There you go.
At least
I'm telling you guys. Look,
he's gonna get paid.
Oh, and Big Spank Dog. Oh my God, you know it's bad when a Washington Commanders fan with the left hand up thinks that they have room to talk. Oh my God. I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna tell you, Big Spank Dog, that there was actually something good. There was something good that we discovered today that happened to the Commanders, okay? I'm going to say that we had Sports Talk 980 or whatever they're calling themselves on today. That Doc Walker is back on there, okay? Yeah. That's the only good news that the left hand up got, okay? There you go.
Who originally was a Cowboys fan.
My home team, my loyalty, I'm at Uptown Royalty.
Freaking Commanders fans.
We fight for all DC. Who are we? I speak facts.
Oh,
Making
Lord.
riddles. The Hawks open big.
All right, that's all I can take of
holes
it. That's all I can take of it. I can't take much of that. Mouse, that's pathetic. Okay. All right, so anybody else want to get bitch slapped tonight before we get ready to get out of here and do another drawing? They will punish Dallas, because what we're going to do is this will be the one we give away next. Charles Haley, okay? So, Doghouse Spank, new commander. You come back in here on a different account. Mark, stop the oh my God, Cardinals fandom, bro. I know, Mark, you want to bet you wear a Jalen jersey or I'll have to buy a Dak jersey and I'll send you a pic wearing, if it's only, okay, all right, Twiz. I'll send you a pic wearing it if we only win 8 games. Okay. Sure, Twiz. No, Twiz, I'm going to come to your house and we're going to watch a game together with you wearing it. How about that one? Okay. Jeez. Twiz. I tell you what, Twiz. Why don't you go on Dan's show and tease him about Philly 500 being a punk-ass chicken to go to Dallas? And listen,
No.
I'm trying to make it easy for him.
No, it's not Dallas. It's to the Eagles game.
Yeah, well, to the Eagles. You know what?
It's the Eagles game.
Here's what's crazy. No. I'm sorry. Philly 500, he's my son. North of the border, man.
You would not go to the Eagles game.
See the pic I tagged you in on Facebook? I'll have to check it out after the show there, north of the border. But hold on. I am literally doing everything I can to make it easy for Philly 500. I thought for sure, being an Eagle fan, meeting him at the stink would be easy. But of course, 2 years in a row. Oh, well, it's Christmas time. I can't go during Christmas time. Okay.
He's also afraid
so
to
I
fly,
thought.
too. He's also afraid to fly.
I thought that meeting in Dallas, that's halfway there, okay? Okay, look, and it's not during Christmas, it's not during Thanksgiving. Dan Salio said, yeah, we'll do that. And he'll say, we'll see. It's like, what we'll see? Are you a man? Do you wear pants?
He's scared to fly.
Are you wearing a skirt? Are you getting your panties in a bunch, Philly 500?
is scared to fly.
Okay?
He's scared to fly.
Okay, so to make it even easier, Dan came up with an even better one because Dan Salio is in San Diego.
Oh, that's even better.
Philly 500 is in Cali, north of Oxnard. Oh, Mouse 1, 2, 3. Really, Mouse? Really, Mouse? Hey, Mouse. You know what I got for you, buddy? Sit your ass down. Okay, anyway, I'm not even going to bother with Mouse. I'm dealing with Philly 500. To make it even easier, Dan said, how about we meet at training camp? Oxnard.
And what did Philly say?
We'll see.
Oh.
I know it's like 5 hours away, but you don't have to go on an airplane. You don't have to go to Dallas where you're worried about, because you're worried about, JFK being shot in Dallas. That was one of his excuses. I can't go to Dallas because I was like, what?
Dallas fans are tame.
That happened like 60-some years ago.
And Dallas Cowboy fans are tame. Ain't nothing going to happen to you in Dallas. I can tell you.
My football stopped turning. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that.
Ain't nothing going to happen to him in Dallas.
I'm like, what? Okay, so we got to set up. So we said, okay, Oxnard, come for practice. You can come and laugh at the Cowboys and everything else and stuff, right? You're close to home. You can make it as a day trip. We'll see. The hell is that? I'm sorry. I'm literally going across the country. You're telling me you can't meet me a couple hundred miles?
Yeah, you can't take a day off of work.
Seriously?
One day?
Seriously. Sorry.
Maybe 2 days if you spend the night.
Jimmy Johnson said, if you're going to talk the talk, walk the walk. Stephen A. wants to come. Stephen A. Smith wants to come. Okay. Well, tell him to come on too. All right, let's go ahead and do another drawing here for Charles Haley, okay? And what we've done is basically the last live stream I did and tonight's live stream super chats are the ones that are in there. We started this all over. Philly 500. No, Josh, do you smoke crack? Hey, Josh.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Oh, Lola said his mom wears the pants. He's a chicken. Philly 500 owns Mark. Okay, who's our winner? Ward family. Shout out to Ward family. Twizdig, appreciate it, Mark. Dan won't bet me. He's scared. He don't believe half the crap he says, and he won't stand on business. Ward family, you're our winner. Hey, Ward, email me or text me your address. I got your number. Philly 500 is the GOAT. Okay, if you think so. You guys are delusional about Dallas. You've never been to Oak Cliff in Dallas. What do you mean I've never been to Oak Cliff? What's Oak Cliff?
I never heard that.
I've never heard of Oak Cliff. I've been to Oxnard. Been to Oxnard like 4 times, bro.
No, let me ask
you. Oak Cliff in Dallas. What is Oak Cliff? Oak Cliff?
I never heard of Oak Cliff.
Philly D, all in fun guy. Shout out to Philly D.
Philly
Appreciate it.
D.
All right, so anything? Do we have anything else to discuss in here? We got sidetracked with all the damn trolls. Oak Cliff is the ghetto part of Dallas. Okay, so, all right. So, I'm not a Cowboy fan because I haven't been Oak Cliff.
We might want to stay away from Oak Cliff if that's
all right.
I want to stay away from Oak Cliff.
Okay, so
we're not the Dallas Cowboys.
East Side Herald is slumming. Is that what you're saying? Josh says Philly 500 is one of the best in the YouTube game. Dan Salio has the evidence. Mark, you ain't from Dallas, man. I thought you were a homegrown fan. No, Clouds Coffee, I'm going to tell you that I've actually had a hard way to go to be a Dallas Cowboys fan.
It's Washington's fault.
See, here's the thing.
It's Washington's fault.
I'll be 100% real with you, bro. Okay? The reason I'm a Cowboy fan is because of my dad. My dad, who is 86 years old. In fact, saw him today, and we were talking about the Cowboys. Back in the day, because, when I was born, let me tell you how old I am. 1965, before the Ice Bowl, I was born. And here in the state of Virginia, Virginia is known for lovers, right? Virginia is for lovers. And you know why that is? Because there was a case, the Loving case versus the state of Virginia, that actually made it legal for interracial marriage. Before that time, when I was born, literally, you could not have an interracial marriage in the state of Virginia. And back in 1960, the Commanders owner, Preston Marshall, even though the NFL started integrating in 1948, still refused to have any black players on his team. My dad, for 2 reasons, became a Cowboy fan. One, he's like, I can't support Preston Marshall and, segregation. Okay? He couldn't support that. Not that things were great in Dallas for being black, but at least they had people on the team that looked like my dad. Okay? Second, he loved Bob Bullet Hayes. And he was a Cowboy fan. And as a little kid, sitting on the couch, and this holds true to today, that I idolized my father, and I wanted to be like my dad. And when my dad cheering on the Cowboys, I didn't know what football was. I'm 2 years old. That's when I became a Dallas Cowboy fan. And you can look at some of the stuff like this clock radio right here that still is ticking. This is my dad's. This is from the 80s. I've got a 25-year anniversary Dallas Cowboy Pepsi bottle that still has the Pepsi in it. It's never been opened. My dad. I have a Super Bowl button from the Dallas Cowboys when they got their first victory against the Miami Dolphins. Now understand that growing up in the Washington, D.C. area, going to high school in the 80s, where Joe Gibbs' son was our crosstown rivals quarterback, J.D. Gibbs. Their defensive coordinator, Richie Pettibone, was one of my teammates in high school. His daughter was a cheerleader. Was when the Commanders were good and the Cowboys were losing to the Commanders. That was hell, being a Dallas Cowboy fan. And I have been here and been a Dallas Cowboy fan all my life, getting ridiculed and laughed at, especially during the 80s. And if you don't think I'm a real Cowboy fan, well, that's on you, bro. That's on you. For me, I am a diehard one. And when I look at somebody who, like Game Time Brian, who's a mailman and has to deliver in Eagle territory, it's hard as hell. You have to be a true fan, because all these people that say you're a bandwagon fan, bandwagon, they ain't been no band and ain't no wagon since the 90s. Anybody claiming to be a Cowboy fan with all the shit that we take, especially as a YouTuber, you got to be a real Cowboy fan. Trust me. The things I get called, the channels out there that are dossing me and everything else, the shit I take from 49er fans and emails that I get that literally call me everything but a child of God, the crap from you Eagle fans, you don't think that I'm a real Cowboy? I would take this abuse because I just enjoy it? Are you crazy? Prescott owns the NFC East. What are you smoking? Daniel Berry Sports Highlight. Hey, Eastside. All right, so we've definitely been through here. You got anything else to add, Mike? So Teresa Jacobs, I need you to email me so that way we can get your size for your shirt. Channel members like Rhonda Sparks. Rhonda, I can't wait to see you in the Cowboy outfit. I can't wait to see you on the Cowboys Mafia poster that Tracy's doing. So make sure you get me that picture and stuff. What
about Ward Family?
And Ward Family, I got his phone number. So I believe you just sent him a package not that long ago.
I don't remember.
Okay.
It's been a minute.
All right.
I probably don't
Dirty
remember.
Sanchez, he's a channel member. So make sure all of you channel members go to the community tab. There's the link in there to take you to the site, so that way we can get you registered. And when we get the shot glasses for the tailgate members, we will get you to those for you guys. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You sent your pictures. Perfect, Rhonda. Shout out to you. Bang, bang, killed off. You sent me an email last week about what equipment you needed to go ahead and do your live streams. Bro, really all you need is a cell phone. And if you want to upgrade with the microphone,
microphone plugged in.
Larry, shout out to Larry. Got another super chat. Larry, you are 100% right. That would be, could you imagine for Philly 500 to be in Dallas and the Cowboys kick their ass? Talk about a walk of shame. Shout out to Larry Wood.
Yeah, but at least the Cowboy fans will be a lot nicer than the Eagle fans.
Squeaky clean. There you go.
Because Cowboy fans are going to be mobbing.
Alex, on paper now, I'm going to say Lions and Packers. Well, I could go all night. But here's the thing. You guys realize something, right? You do know that half the teams that make the playoffs won't the next year. How do we know the Eagles might not be that team? How do we know that the Packers might not be that team?
The Eagles are.
Remember the year before? Everybody was talking about how the Giants had finally turned the corner.
Wait. Is Esau Harold in here?
He's in here.
Yeah, because this team.
How do we know that the Texans aren't going to be that team?
Because they had an easier schedule last year.
Yeah. Philly 500 looks like my teddy bear. Okay. All right. I'm going to end this tonight with Pat McAfee. Oh, no, this isn't the right one. I'm not going to go on the Trevor Lawrence one. That's the wrong one.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No, hold it. It's the other one. It's the shout out to Dan Orlowski, I think I have. Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Here we go. This is when you know it's funny as shit, okay? David, keep hope alive. This is hilarious because Dan Orlowski, everybody has to be known for something. I thought it would just be for running out of the back of the end zone and causing your team to lose a game. But he is now known for gas.
Word in my ear that
Zito's favorite thing that happened this week was a Dan Orlovsky situation in baseball. Roll the clip, Foxy.
Under 95 miles an hour. We just had 3 strikeouts. And only one hitter, Paul Goldschmidt, lined out
Keep your
at
ears
101
open.
miles an hour.
95 and higher considered hard hits.
You heard that right.
So we heard the Orlovsky there.
Yeah. Yep.
We all heard the Orlovsky there.
He might have been in the booth.
He's
Let's run it back
literally
one more
now
time,
the
just in case
Orlovsky.
People didn't know what we were looking for. Somebody shits their pants after the strike is called from Paul Skeens here.
Under 95 miles an hour. We just had 3 strikeouts. And only one hitter, Paul Goldschmidt, lined out at 101 miles an hour.
95 and higher considered hard hits.
And?
Barrel balls.
Okay, so obviously the internet is a place. We got another microphone shitting situation.
Yep.
Dan Orlovsky not involved somehow. Everybody's surprised. People actually thought to themselves, is Dan Orlovsky calling Pittsburgh Pirate baseball games all of a sudden? That could be the case because Dan Orlovsky probably threw the hell out of a good baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Dan Orlovsky was not there, though. Neil Walker, former Pittsburgh Pirate and
Legend.
I
Pittsburgh
love this.
legend on the call. Obviously, he's a younger lad, so he kept up with all the conversation that was happening on the internet saying these guys got loose buttholes. You know, not the one
Pat McAfee is
what
wrong.
we're talking about. We're talking about in the booth, and they actually addressed it the next game.
As we see.
You farted.
Yeah.
Okay, it busted
Neil
with.
looks cool.
Everybody poops.
If Neil said he farted there, he'd still look as cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then play-by-play guy named
Greg Brown.
great guy, great at his
believe it
job, very soothing voice.
Mr. Brown.
I think he wasn't appreciative of maybe the phone calls he was getting from shitting into the microphone.
That's stupid.
Oh
Just say
shit!
you fucking farted.
Like Dan Orlovsky refused to do. Both times, Dan Orlovsky farted into a mic. Can we call Dan Orlovsky actually and ask him why him and others refuse to just say what is... Run that fart video again. Let's try to figure out it. Because Dan Orlovsky said windshield wipers. It's like...
Windshield wipers. Okay.
But also, probably your butt. Let's hear what they could possibly do. Let's think of some things.
Under
Pat
95
McAfee
miles
is
an hour.
so
We just had
raw.
3 strikeouts. And only one hitter, Paul Goldschmidt, lined out at 101 miles an hour.
Paul Skeens is a dog.
95 and higher considered hard hits. Barrel balls.
So,
I guess.
that's two cheeks clapping.
I mean, that's a fart.
That's what happened.
He's killing me.
Just own it.
Right into the mic, too.
Yeah, it might have been another sneeze, quiet, trying to, and then you bent down your
This
mic,
is on ESPN.
and then the fart comes
ESPN's gone to shit.
Did you hear that? You guys didn't. You were muted,
No,
by the way.
we're good, right? Yeah, okay.
No, we heard it. The internet's telling me it heard it. That wasn't you, was it? No, I sneezed. I didn't fart.
Him and his buddies.
Paul Skeens make people shit their pants while they're watching them throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Paul Skeens football.
Congrats, Paul Skeens.
All right, good people. We're going to get out of here on that one.
Baseball.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.